Well, Vice President J.D. Vance set to attend the Marine Corps' 250th anniversary celebration today. Now, Vance, who is a former Marine, will lead the event at Camp Pendleton Military Base in California, where a showcase named America's Marines 250 will display the evolution of the Marine Corps and the branch's commitment to amphibious warfare. Thousands of military members from the Marines and Navy, along with veterans and family members, expected to be in attendance. And joining me now is retired Colonel Mark Cancian of the United States Marine Corps Reserve and Senior Advisor for CSIS International Security Program. Woo, great resume. Thank you very much for joining us here today and to talk about this important event. So let's talk about some of these demonstrations that we can expect to see. What are you looking forward to?
Well, the demonstrations won't get anywhere close to the vice president and the secretary, who's also out there. These events are being held on a military base, which is very secure. And protesters have their rights to protest as long as it stays nonviolent. And the vice president will continue to watch the events. There's going to be an amphibious demonstration and then participate in the birthday celebrations.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge event today that so many people have been looking forward to. So we're going to continue to monitor what's happening there. And, you know, this year there have been several celebrations for the United States military and its different branches. So what do these events symbolize for America at such an important time with all that's going on around the world to recognize our armed forces? How do you see it?
Well, the Marine Corps birthday is a huge event in the Marine Corps, and it's intended to remind everyone of the heritage of the Marine Corps. There's an event in every celebration where they cut the cake, and then the oldest Marine presents a slice of the cake to the youngest Marine present as a symbol of passing on the heritage. I think all of these events for all of the services have that element in there, from the past to the present to the future, handing down a heritage of heroism and focus on the nation.
That is a really great piece of color, as we would say. That's a nice moment that will be happening today. With the federal government still shut down, I got to ask you about this. There are about 1 million service members who are still required to report for duty. The president signed an order to make sure that they do get paid, but it's still unclear if military members are receiving their paychecks. So we're kind of hearing a variety of things. How important is it for Congress to come together and work out an agreement? Many would people say top priority.
Well, getting the troops paid is absolutely top priority.
Yeah.
And I think Congress recognizes that. The president has proposed a mechanism for doing that. It's unprecedented, but I think has a lot of support. If for some reason that doesn't work, I'm confident that the president and Congress will figure out some way to get the troops paid, because having them on active duty, doing all the things that they do, many of them are overseas, and not getting them paychecks will cause real hardship for their families.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, I know that you must be in contact with so many people who might be affected. Are you hearing anything that you could share with us about some of the stories that are going on out there? Because this is going to be a real hardship.
Well, it will be. If those paychecks aren't there, there are mechanisms to provide relief to families. There are service relief organizations that have been in existence for a long time. USAA, which is a services insurance company, they are providing support also for their members. So there are a lot of mechanisms out there, but you also see service members perhaps going to food banks, and particularly for the junior enlisted with families, they live from paycheck to paycheck. The more senior officers, they probably have some cushion. It's the junior troops that really need the help.
Right. All right. Well, we'll keep our eye on it. Retired Colonel Mark Cancian of the United States Marine Corps Reserve and Senior Advisor for CSIS International Security Program. We thank you very much for joining us today, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.